Hey, I'm Booger Boy, and I'm learning pixel art. A few weeks ago, I was doom scrolling and I came across this wonderful picture, the Scrungly rat. Now, I saw this and immediately wondered, is it possible to make it look both gross and cute? I started this experiment in an unlikely place, the Switch 2 launch trailer. The Joy-Cons scurried around like little mice, and that inspired me to make this piece. Of the two Joy-Cons, I really liked the way that the red one looked, so I used that as a jumping off point. And starting with a 48 pixel square, knowing that I'd probably need to go bigger, I tried to establish a good head and body, but as usual, I pretty much hated my first attempt, so I decided to start over. My second attempt started out strong, but when I took a step back, it looked more like a pig than a rat. I don't know if you see that or it's just me, but I made a few more edits and I was much happier this go around, so I fully rendered this out in just one bit. As I was finishing up the rendering, a key decision point was the eye. Eyes, especially stylized cartoonish eyes, are incredibly expressive, and therefore they play a huge role in how a piece is interpreted. I struggled to decide between this, I have two brain cells and they don't talk to each other look, and this, please don't smush me, I'm just a little mouse variant. I decided on the former because I felt that it had a higher raw cuteness factor, if that's a thing, and I thought that would juxtapose nicely with some of the other gross elements. And so speaking of cute and gross, I thought it would be really cool if I could represent both with the same color. Rats are often associated with nasty sewers and poison, so it felt natural to start with green hues. And the reference had a lot of green, so I just used the eyedropper to get some starting colors and then used the hue saturation value sliders to refine them further. The idea with the lightest green was that the higher brightness allowed the green to remain vibrant or strong, like a vial of poison, like I mentioned earlier, but by nudging down the saturation, I think it helped soften it up a little bit. And again, by playing with the saturation and brightness, I got a color that looked like soft, fuzzy fur on the ears, but also gave the tail and paws a kind of like grayish pink fleshy quality. And so finally we got the floating Scrungly rat text. I didn't even know that Sprite had a text option, but I was just playing around in the menus and noticed it. So I picked a size 10 comic font because my initial attempt at picking a size 5 was way too small, just like a little piece of advice. When the text finally appeared, it wasn't evenly spaced, and I cannot express how much I loved the way that it looked. It reminded me of some early to mid 2000s PC games where sometimes overhead text had trouble properly 3D rendering. So I decided to lean into that awkward spacing. Alright, we're nearly finished up, so here's a time lapse of everything so far. And here's the finished piece. So I'm curious how you think I did. Is there anything I could have done to make it cuter and or grosser? Those words don't even sound like correct English to me, cuter and grosser. I've been saying them so much. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed my process, and thank you so much for watching.